What's going on, everyone? Back with another video. Today I'll be talking about the Beast, made by custom knife maker Mr. Jim Allen of Three Sisters Forge. Now if you guys want to find out more about his products, please visit www.threesistersforge.com. Now I have to say, this is the very first custom made knife I've ever ordered, and I'm very impressed by Mr. Allen's craftsmanship. I like the size of the knife, I like the materials used, and the very fair pricing that he provides for his products. Now, I think actually more impressively is actually Mr. Allen himself. He is probably the nicest guy that you'll ever have to deal with. He's highly responsive through email, and he's more than willing to fix whatever issues you may have. Now, case in point, I actually had a couple minor issues and one major issue with the Beast. And upon contacting him through email, he responded quickly. He's had me send it back, and he fixed all of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this review. Okay, so here we are. This is the Beast by Mr. Allen, and I have his business card up here. If you guys have any interest in his products, please visit his website. Now, I actually ordered this knife back January of this year, and the first thing I have to say is that Mr. Allen is incredibly quick. I think I ordered it on like a Thursday, and like by next, possibly, I think it was like the following Monday or something like that. He already told me he had one ready for me, and he shipped it out. And I think total turnaround time was like a little bit over a week. So right now you're looking at the presentation side, and you notice that this has a very nice water jet pattern going on. Pretty aggressive, and it grips onto your fingers very well. Now on the back part, the locking side, you see it's completely smooth, which is good because you want to be able to slip this in and out of your pockets. It does have a nice large pocket clip. You try to make it as low ride as possible, although a tiny bit sticks out, not a huge concern. And the clip also doubles as kind of a prevention for the lock bar from hyperextension. The Beast is actually put together by just Torx screws, so it's very easy to take apart. I've actually taken this knife apart several times myself for cleaning and lubrication. The blade is very smooth to deploy. Now you can see I have used this knife. See if I can get a nice close-up of it. You can see the markings on the blade here. So you guys know me, I don't use my knives, but this one I did use. On the blade it is, I believe he said it was bead blasted and then stone washed. It does have the Three Sisters Forge logo on this side, and there's nothing on the back side here. Now the thumb studs are very, very aggressive, and I think that was like one of the minor issues I had with this knife, is because it hurt my thumbs every time I tried to go and deploy the knife, and but it just grabs so much. There's this aggressive checkering right on the studs here. Now, so the minor issues I had with this knife is not only were the thumb studs really really aggressive, but the corners, like these edges here and these back corners and under here, are like really sharp. I mean, when I say sharp, I mean I could probably cut myself on them. That's how sharp they were. And the reason being is that there's a lot of law enforcement officers and people in the military who prefer sharper corners because it's actually easier to grip with gloves on. Now, me being a civilian, I don't really need all that extra grips, you know. The other issue I had was the incredibly strong detent. When I first got the knife, I could barely open it with one hand. Now it's very smooth, and I can easily deploy the knife with either hand, so it's completely ambidextrous. And while we're on the subject, this knife normally only comes with one thumb stud. Now I asked him to go and put a second thumb stud because I like my knives to be ambidextrous, because I am an ambi user of knives. So now I can do left hand and right hand opening and closing. So the other issue is that now this is the major issue actually, was after a little while of using it, I think it was like within the month, for some reason it developed like massive blade play, like not just left and right but up and down, like the lock kind of came loose or whatnot. And I asked him that you know, to address that issue, and he did. So now after it's come back, you know, the blade locks up solid, and I've been using this knife for, let's see, I think I got it back in February, and I'm still using it now, and there's nothing else have gone wrong with the knife so far. So very, very awesome customer service there by Mr. Allen. I mean, he addressed my issues, he fixed all the problems, and he listened to me, and he was very quick to respond. So I mean, he is just an absolute joy to deal with. The knife came very, very sharp, but I will have to say, because of the thickness of the blade, it doesn't really slice paper very well, but I'm figuring if you're going to buy a knife like this, it's probably not to slice paper at all. And actually, just to show you how thick this is, I have with me my Strider S&G. Now, you guys know that Striders are very, very thick stock. This knife has the exact same, I think pretty much the exact same thickness, if not a tiny bit thicker than a Strider S&G. And when I put them down here, you can see that this knife is actually quite a bit smaller than the S&G, in terms of like height and width and overall. So it's a very impressive stoutness for a knife of this size. And the other thing is that even though the blade length is only 3 inches long, Mr. Allen provided a very generous handle for the main, just the average to large hand. You can still get a very, very good grip on this knife. There's plenty of room on here. Actually, just a quick follow-up here. I want to show you that if you guys actually like lanyards and you want to attach one to the Beast, you can. And you can just put, this is 550 paracord with the strands inside of it, and you can just wrap it on the last pillar here. And it works fine because you notice that there's a lot of clearance between the blade and the pillars, so it will not slice it off. So you could probably just attach one right here and it'll probably just work fine. Now, the other thing I noticed too is that this knife can also be used in a defensive role if you really need to, because the back end of this is very, very sharp, so it can be very effective as an impact weapon if you do need it in that fashion. So what can I say? Mr. Allen puts out a great product. I mean, I'm very, very impressed with this knife overall, and very impressed with Mr. Allen's craftsmanship and extremely good customer service, and just an overall nice guy. I am going to recommend this knife to pretty much everybody. Anyone who needs a very, very tough, stout folder that's probably going to be able to handle everything you throw at it. The Beast is probably the one. Now, for those interested in the Beast, visit his website, www.threesistersforge.com. He also has the Super Beast, which is a larger, I believe it has a 4-inch blade, as opposed to this 3-inch version of it. So just remember, if you guys are going to order one, the edges do come sharp. Make sure you, if you don't want the sharp edges, let Mr. Allen know that you want the edges to be polished off. And yeah, I think you should be fine. This is just an awesome product, and again, highly recommended by me. And go out and check out his website and go buy one. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to say take care, have a good day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.